Yo, what's going on, guys? It's G Miners here. Yesterday, a brand new skating tech was discovered, which I am just going to be calling the ground skate because that is essentially what you're doing. Rather than skating off of a ledge or elevated surface, you are now able to skate anywhere off of the flat ground, hence ground skate. Right off the bat, I know a lot of people are going to be telling you that you need to be on PC for this to work. It is definitely easier to pull this off with a mouse wheel, but you do not need it. So if you're quick enough with your inputs, you should be able to do this on controller because I managed to pull it off multiple times just by using spacebar. Also, this will work on both hunters and warlocks. For this to work, you are first going to need a sword with the perk Eager Edge. As most people know, this is going to be available on the half-truths and the other half swords, which are earnable and craftable from playing Dares of Eternity and turning in keys. If you are on PC, as I already mentioned, I would highly recommend binding your jump to scroll wheel up or scroll wheel down as a secondary option, as you can see I have here. If you are on Warlock, you are going to need Well of Radiance for this to work. Burst Glide and Icarus Dash are also recommended if you want to get the most speed out of this as possible. And then after that, all you need to do is pull out your sword and do the following inputs. First up is going to be a jump, then a light attack after that. Heavy attacks are not going to work with this tech. Third is another jump, and then finally you activate your super. This all needs to be done relatively quickly, as in probably half of a second or less, which is why scroll wheel is a great option for your jump keybind. Also, when it comes to holding your mouse, I typically have my middle finger over scroll wheel and then my pointer on left click so that I can do this as fast as possible, but do whatever works best for you. The jumps and their timings seem to be the determining factor on whether or not this is going to work, so being able to spam jumps with scroll wheel makes this much easier. The last thing you will need to add is going to be pulling out your sword before you do the combo. This will allow you to go much further and faster as the perk Eager Edge is going to be procced. The only other tip I have for making this skate as easy as possible is not to spam the inputs. I think it's super easy to just try and rush everything, which is going to lead to way more error. If you scroll too fast, then your jump will be completely depleted. And on top of that, if you scroll too far, then you're going to have no more room to scroll. I think this is why the tech is hard for players to learn. Make sure you scroll at an average and consistent pace. You need to have scroll wheel activate a jump right before and right after you light attack. So if you can't scroll anymore, then you are going to fail the skate. Moving on to Hunter, you are going to need to be on the Stasis subclass with the Shatterdive aspect on. Triple jump and stompies are going to make you go much further. Once again, this is the exact same combo, except now we are jumping, light attacking, jumping again, and then finally we are activating Shatterdive. No super is required for hunters, and I have also found that the timing on Hunter was much easier to pull off. If you do scroll too hard on Hunter, you will accidentally burn one of your supers right after the skate goes off, which means you will only have one jump to go further with the skate. So once again, just make sure not to overdo it with your scroll wheel. Just to reiterate, I have done this without scroll wheel just by doing the inputs super quickly, so you should be able to do this on console with a controller with just a bit of finesse. And after testing 2 different mice, I did find that a mouse with a smoother scroll wheel where you can't feel each notch makes it easier to learn the tech on, but after you get it down, any mouse wheel should work just fine. This is definitely harder to pull off than normal skating, but you can get the same speed out of it, and the major benefit is we no longer need a ledge to pull this off. You can literally do this up hills, down hills, and on all other types of geometry, which is clutch. If this video helped you out, make sure to drop a like and sub down below. Subbing is completely free, it helps me out a ton, and you can always change your mind later. And make sure to comment with any questions that you guys might have, or just join the Discord and ask some of us in there, as you'll probably get a response a bit faster. Anyways, that's all for this video, guys. As always, have a good one. Peace.